We're going to start with a little bit of IOD Air Dry Clay. Knead your clay to soften it up and then roll it into a little snake. We need something that'll be wide enough to cover this detail. Push the clay in firmly, but not so much to make it one with the frame. Pry it off gently. Now we have a copy of what we need to recreate. I allowed the clay to dry overnight, and now that it's hardened, we can use it to create our casting. We will use a little more air dry clay at this point, so you need to knead a little bit again, and then you will apply it inside the mold. You could add a little bit of cornstarch to make it easier to release from the mold, but I've found that if you don't press too hard, it works very well. While the clay is still wet, I'm going to place it where I need and trim off the excess. I'm using a utility knife, but any straight edge would work. I'm doing the miter cut there on the end. This frame is made of MDF and it had a bit of water damage, so it had swollen. I'm trimming off that excess medium density fiberboard so that I can get my casting as level with the original trim as possible. And now I use my favorite glue, Tight Bond Quick and Thick Wood Glue, and I put a little bit on the frame where the casting needs to go and a little bit on the casting as well. Place it into position, and you'll notice that I'm fiddling with it a good bit. I'm trying to even out everything and get it as level as possible so that I have a seamless transition. The casting is still very noticeable, but we're going to fix that with paint and waxes. I am painting over the casting while it is still wet using the Wise Owl Heavy Metals paint in gold dust. I am also going to add some of that gold dust to other places of the frame as well, so everything gets tied in together later. I did let the metallic paint dry before this step, but here I'm using Wise Owl's black walnut wax to deepen the color. My apologies for the handheld camera. Wipe off your excess wax with a rag. We will end up using more of the black walnut wax at the end to tie everything together. Now I'm using a combination of various gilding waxes. The first one that I used was a Finnabair product, but I'm also going to use Pin Tart wax paste. I'm starting with gold and rubbing it on in various places, including the casting area, but also on other parts of the frame as well, because remember, we're trying to tie everything together. I did use a brush to apply the black wax so that I could get it down deep in all the crevices. Finally, I used the black walnut wax over the casting and the entire frame to tie everything together. I do think I ultimately came in with some more black wax to fill in the casting just a little bit more. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and/or follow. I'm Gingy with Louisiana Creations. Thanks for watching.